This is the story of Steph Cass, artist and musician in Littleton, Colorado. She creates with wood, paint, and glass, and performs with her band, Neighborhood Soundtrack. When she seeks inspiration, she often takes a walk, reflecting on each new day as a chance to do what she loves and to transform life's challenges into something beautiful.
I would say glass, woodworking, piano, and painting would probably be my 4 primary mediums. Here we have my coworker, Jinx. Yep, she knows the word garage. She gets very excited and leads me to the garage. It's actually quite adorable. I do stained glass and woodworking out here. Like I said, the garage is a bit of a mess right now. Lately I've prioritized upgrading my lighting because in the wintertime it gets very dim when I have the bay doors down. If you talk to any artist, when they first get started, everything will have its place. And they'll have maybe a shelf or 2. And then as you become more passionate and you start doing it more and you get more materials and tools and you start filling up your space. And that's what you can see here in this garage is me having more passion than space at the moment. Everybody always tells the artists and musicians, when are you gonna get a real job? You gotta go to college. I did, I finally did. I think I was 24. I went back to college for engineering. But it just, I'd be doing my job thinking about all of the things I wanted to make. And then the layoffs happened. So I'm just sobbing to my husband. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I've been filling out applications for months. And my husband, he's like, Stephanie, you hated your job. You hated your job. And you're gonna hate all of these jobs that you're applying for. Anything that you get hired for in this industry, you're gonna be sitting there all day wishing that you could be on the garage. Go make things, go try to sell things. Try to make a business out of this. The band is one of the most important things in my life, actually. Some of the best friends I've ever had. On top of the music, just been together for about 4 years now, a little over 4 years. We have a lot of fun in Neighborhood Soundtrack. When I was still working in tech, which I was not suited for at all, my mental health started just plummeting. Suicidal thoughts, struggling with depression, struggling with feelings of, worthlessness, low self-esteem. And I'm just looking around, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do something today. Something art, or, something art related. And I saw that stupid painting that's maybe a third of the way done, that I hadn't touched in probably almost 6 months, maybe even a year. And I probably sat there for another 12 to 15 hours straight, finishing that painting all in one go. I was up the whole night. Can't believe I almost died before I finished this. It's definitely my favorite piece. Even if it's a little painful to look at too, because I also look at it and I remember where I was at the time. So I still have a bit of that melancholy when I look at the painting, but for the most part, it's a hopeful feeling. It's an uplifting feeling, because I remember being all the way down at the lowest point in my life, and that painting was part of what brought me out of it, and it's part of what started all of this, just all of this art. I love people, I love art, I love creating, I love connecting, and I just think art and music is such a great way to do it. Sometimes people will say, oh, I wish I was talented as you, I wish I could do art, I wish I could create. And you can, anyone can. All of us have art within us, all of us have creativity. It's just a matter of building the skill and working on what medium you want that to come out through, whether it's drawing or painting or music. Your first sketch ain't gonna look like the person that inspired you, and that's okay. One of the few pieces of mine that I kept was my first stained glass project. It's not nearly as good as my latest stained glass project, and there's just this misconception that you either have it or you don't, and that's just not right. If you're human, you have it. You just got to build the skills. That's one of my favorite things about glass is it's a different piece of art depending on the lighting. So I'm not just making art with glass, with a physical medium. I'm making art with light, and that is just really cool to me.